I can't wait till this summer comes and I can replant those. And I'm gonna have to hire an excavator to come in and move them. They're about 6 feet wide. Those are way up the hill.
Call Ryan Chadwick. I think he's got one of those things. He can help you out with that.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome, isn't he?
He is. Good guy.
Okay, I think I'm ready for a meeting.
Oh, God.
Well, I read everything.
I read a lot of stuff too, and my eyeballs are just all those numbers.
Well, if I can say there's one good thing about having to do Zoom, you guys didn't have to bundle up and come out tonight.
Wow, is it cold? Yeah.
That is the one good thing.
It's the only good thing.
Yes, you're right. I did not leave the place today. And I was thankful I don't have horses anymore. The only time I have been. Oh, burr.
Well, I would say I dislike Zoom enough that I would prefer to go outside and go to a meeting than sit at home and Zoom. This is no fun. So what you need, just Kathy and, no, not Kathy, sorry, you're right in front of me. Sarah and Kim.
Okay. It's the case, it's okay.
It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That used to be the little girls that grew up, well, they're not little girls anymore, they're all in their 30s, but the girls that grew up across the street from them, all 4 of them, their names start with K, and their mom's name starts with K.
Oh.
And when you wanted to talk to them, you're like, I don't know who they are.
So the mom was one of those that had to be alliterative.
Yes.
Overly alliterative.
Right. Good kids, though. Hi, Kim. Now we just need Sarah. We have 1 more minute.
Good afternoon.
Hi,
Hello.
Kim.
The question is does Sarah still have a Christmas tree in? I am waiting to see.
She'll have to have a reveal it's gone party or something.
How about that wind? Huh?
Oh.
Wow.
I'm
Burr.
going to vote against it.
There was a freight train going over the top of my house last night.
Exactly. It was loud.
Yeah. Yeah, my poor little dog hiding under the blanket.
I don't blame him.
There she is.
Is she coming?
Yep.
Yay. Hi, Sarah. Where's the tree?
Well, technically it's still up, but that's why I moved places.
That's a pop out.
But I see you've got all those Christmas gnomes there. That's awesome.
The gnomes are still there.
Gnomes are for year round, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, you're right.
Oh,
They are.
okay. Okay. I missed the tree in the background though. When you take it down, you're gonna have to show a picture to prove it.
Okay.
Okay, we're calling the meeting to order at 6:02. So we start right off on the approval of the treasurer's warrants. I am open for a motion.
I move that we approve the payroll warrants of February 19, 2021 and February 26, 2021.
Second,
It's been moved and seconded by Kathy and Kim to approve the payroll warrants of February 19 and 26. Calling for a vote? Well, I'll ask first, are there any questions? Seeing none, calling for a vote from Kim,
yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
and Pam votes yes for 5-0. Motion carries. Accounts payable, we are open for a motion.
I move that we approve the accounts payable warrants of February 23rd and March 2nd, 2021.
Second,
It has been moved and seconded to approve the accounts payable of February 23rd and March 2nd, 2021 by Kathy and Kim. Any comments, any questions? Seeing none from the board, calling for a vote from Kim,
yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
and Pam votes yes. Motion carries 5-0.
I'm
I-
happy.
Item number 2, approval of minutes. We are open for a motion.
I approve that move that we approve the minutes of February 16th, 2021. Too many Zooms today.
Second.
So so are there any errors, corrections, omissions? Kim?
Well, I just have a comment and I'm not sure if it makes sense. In this section under the committee to look at the future of Wiscasset schools, Bill Maloney is quoted, and it's actually not in quotes. It just says that Bill Maloney says there are 3 options, and it lists 3 options. And there are actually many, many options. I wonder, should the minutes say, like, in Bill Maloney's opinion, there are some options, or Bill Maloney shared his anecdotal ideas about what the future could be? Or, I don't know, some people look at those minutes like it's a record of what actually occurred.
Yeah, so I think your first suggestion is probably the better one, that Bill Maloney offered 3 possible, something like that,
Yeah.
possible outcomes. And I don't think we can add to that because no one offered any other options, but there are, of course, many
There were
things that
many
could go on.
parts of that discussion that are not included in the minutes, right? There were things that I said and things that Sarah said that were not included, that don't need to be included. This part was included, so it should state that it's an opinion.
Sure. You've got that, Jackie? Okay. All right. So Jackie's got that. She's going to do some editing. So any other comments, questions, errors, omissions? Okay, seeing none, we have a motion to approve the minutes of February 16, 2021 by Kathy and Jeff. Calling for a vote from Kim,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
and Pam votes yes. Motion carries 5-0. There are no special presentations.
Oops.
Did somebody's phone go off or what was that? I see no special presentations, so we're going on to number 4, committee appointments. We are open for a motion.
Hey, Pam, can I make a motion that we approve them all at once?
Nope. Can I make a suggestion, please?
Yes,
You can
Dennis.
You can take the first 3 and approve them all at once, but we need to have a discussion on the last one.
Okay.
I'll make a
Okay.
motion that we approve Pam Brackett, Ann Leslie, and Anna Riddle
I'll second that one.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded by Jeff and Kathy to appoint Pam Brackett. And I'm going to mention this, that this is to the Airport Committee, and Leslie to the Comprehensive Plan, and Anna Riddle to the Ordinance Review Committee. Moved
Thank
and
you.
seconded by Jeff and Kathy. Any discussion, any comments? Seeing none, calling for a vote from Kim.
She's on mute.
Yes.
Okay, there you are. Kathy?
Yes.
Yes, Pam.
Jeff? Sarah?
Yeah.
And Pam votes yes, so 5-0, motion carries. We're on Michael Maney, who would like to be on the Budget Committee. There was discussion?
Go ahead, Dennis.
Yes, so we met with Mike today. There's been some concerns about Mike actually being on this committee. We've had some public concerns, and we actually don't feel that he is probably not a good fit for this committee at this time. So that's what I would advise you guys. The vote is entirely up to you, but I think Kathy would concur with me on that.
I do concur. I keep thinking that this is an elected position, but not in this case, because we didn't have enough people that were elected to the Budget Committee. And I have serious reservations about appointing him to the Budget Committee.
Okay. So, since I do not want to discuss a person at a public meeting as someone who's going to be coming onto a committee, I think that would be an executive session discussion.
Exactly.
To delve any deeper into this. So my suggestion would be that we table this.
Exactly. Exactly right.
Well, I'll make a motion that we table this particular item for a future meeting. A future executive session.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Anybody?
Sarah did.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry, didn't hear you, didn't see you. Okay, so it's been moved and seconded to table item 4D, Mike Maney, to the Budget Committee to a future meeting at the future time. Calling for a vote from Kim,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
and Pam votes yes. Motion carries 5-0. We are on to public hearings. I need a motion to go into public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Jeff and Kathy have moved to enter a public hearing. Calling for a vote from Kim,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
and Pam votes yes, 5-0, entering public hearing at 6:10. First item under consideration is a liquor license and request for extension of the license on the premise of Carlos Chapman doing business as the Cubby Hole. So is there any questions, comments, discussion needed on this item? Nope, seeing nothing at all. Moving on to item B, special amusement permit for Carla Chapman doing business as the Cubby Hole. Any comments, questions, discussions? Okay, gave a great long pause waiting and heard nothing. So I need a motion to come out of public hearing.
So moved. Oh, second.
All right,
Take your pick.
I'm going with Kathy and I'm going with Jeff and Kathy because that's going in. We'll do it the same way coming out. How's that? Makes it
Perfect.
easy.
You need
Calling
a
for,
motion, Pam?
what's that?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the liquor license application and request for.
We have to come out of public hearing.
I thought we just did.
No, we haven't voted to come out. We got moved in second. Yeah, that's good. That's all right. You can make the motion right after that.
Yeah, I really
So
want,
calling from a vote for Kim,
yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
and Pam votes yes. We are out of public hearing at 6:12 PM with a vote of 5-0. So Kim, you would like to make a motion?
Yes, please. To approve the liquor license application and request for extension of liquor license on premise for Carla Chapman, DBA The Cubby Hole Sports Pub located at 213 West on the Road.
Second.
Why did I write it that way? Okay. It's been moved and seconded to approve the liquor license by Kim and Kathy. Any discussion? Seeing none, calling for a vote from Kim,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
and Pam votes yes for a vote of 5-0. Motion carries. Item 5B.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the special amusement permit for Carla Chapman, DBA as the Cubby Hole Sports Pub located at 213 West on the Road.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded by Kim and Kathy to approve the special amusement permit. Are there any questions or discussion? Seeing none, calling for a vote from Kim,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
and Pam votes yes, 5-0. Motion carries. We are up to item 6 for public comment on non-agenda items. At this point, we would allow any individual who would like to speak on anything that is not on the agenda to speak for up to 5 minutes. Is there anyone here who would like to make a public comment? Ooh, I got my clock, my timer out for no purpose again. All right, see, if I didn't have my phone here, somebody would have wanted to talk. See nothing under department heads, unfinished business, the generator bids. Dennis, that's you.
That would be me.
That would be you.
We've got 5, I believe.
Whoa, okay.
And like always, it'll take me longer to get into them than it does to read them.
I don't know, you can give it, some people seem to write a novel with these bids.
These should be fairly easy. It would be easy if they put actually a price on them. Wow. Okay, so this one is from IEC Electrical Data and Services out of Strong, Maine. And I don't know, they bid on the 4 generators for a total bid of $204,537.
Wow.
That's for 4 generators?
Yep.
It should be shot for gold with gold. Wow.
It is not bad enough they put it in one sealed envelope, they have to put it in 2.
Dennis,
Just in
I
case
always
it grows
ask you,
legs.
Dennis, I always ask you, what did the town appropriate for money?
100,000. So this actually has 2 options on it. 4 50 kilowatt generators at 182,805, and option 2 are 400 watt generators at 225,486. And there's really not a whole lot of information with that one.
What was the first amount on there?
The first
For the
amount
fifth-
was
Yeah, for the first-
182,805.
Okay. And who was that from? Was that,
I'm sorry, that was from Express Electrical Express Electrical Constructors in Skowhegan.
Okay.
This one's from United Rentals. This is for 4 generators for a grand total of $164,326. And that's United Rentals out of Westbrook. This is from ESM Electrical Systems. And hopefully they've got a summary sheet for me here somewhere. They sent plenty of specs, but they didn't send. Bear with me. This is for 4 generators for a total of $95,350. Quite a range in prices here. This is from a company called Power Products out of Portland. And I'm sure what they've done price-wise here. It looks like they might have priced them individually. Hang on, I'm going to have to add these up for you.
Dennis, kind of late in the day to be doing math, huh?
Yeah, it is actually.
Especially on Zoom.
Oh, let's see what we got here.
Okay, everybody power nap.
Oh, hold on. I'm almost there. So these total $117,300.
17. There's only one that came in, one bid that came in under bid.
Yeah, so, and I know Rob is here and he can chime in on some of this as well. The $100,000 figure that was in this budget this year wasn't put in by Rob. It was put in by Rick Garth before he left. And he didn't really leave Rob a whole lot of idea as to what it was he actually thought he was going to get for $100,000. And as we can clearly see, we're not going to be able to really do this for $100,000. I don't know what the one bid is that's under. It's quite a bit under, so it really needs to have it looked at carefully to make sure that it's workable. These portable generators really aren't the way to go with this anyways. What Rob proposed to start with at the last bid process with the 4 permanent generators is a much more efficient way to do this. One of the problems with these portable generators is one that they're diesel. We'll have to outfit them with transfer switches so they'll come on automatically. Otherwise, we're going to have to send people out, usually in a storm, to get these generators running and then refuel them. So the propane generators, we can get bigger tanks that will run for several days. Whereas these diesel ones, maybe not so much. And there actually, somebody was telling me the other day that there might be places where these portable diesel generators can't be placed. And Rob would have more information on that than I do. So.
So Dennis, what do you suggest we do with this? Should we not make a motion at this point and let you and Rob go over these quotes and do your research and come back to us with a different option?
Yes, I'm a little embarrassed that we're kind of in this situation going around and around with these generators, that we didn't do our homework right from the get-go. I really would like to take a step back and look at this and evaluate where we're at and really see if this is the right way to go with this. I did get a call from a gentleman in town that wanted to bid on these. And he called me and he says, I was going to bid on these 4 generators. This really isn't the right way to do this. You guys really need to think about this. Because it may end up costing you more money in the long run, which, and we've heard this in town before, we take the cheap and then it costs us in the long run when we should have done it right to start with. So I do want to take a step back, and Rob and I go over this and talk with some people that are more in the know, especially than I am, about whether we should do this or go back, and we'll have this discussion again in a little bit when we do the capital. Go back and say, we really need a little bit more money to do this and do it right.
Okay, so the funds that were voted for this project, if not used this year, go into designated fund balance. Is that correct? And could be used at a future time?
Well, they come out of capital, so they can stay in capital until we use them. So like the capital expenses don't necessarily expire at the end of the year like everything else does, because some of your projects carry over, you just don't get them done in a year. So the money would still be there.
Okay. So the board members are happy with just letting this go until further research can be done?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
All right. Sounds good. So we're going to move on to number 9, new business, a request to use town property by the Garden Club of Wiscasset for, I believe, for their plant sale.
I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second,
So that's Jeff and Kathy move to approve the town use of town property by the Garden Club of Wiscasset. And any discussion, any comments, questions? Seeing none, calling for a vote from Kim,
Yes.
Kathy,
yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
and Pam votes yes. Motion carries 5-0. Item 9B, the ancient cemetery fence.
What do you want to do with the fence?
I'd like to make a motion. that we
Take
don't
it
put up.
down.
Well, the fence that's there is coming down this spring, irregardless of whether you decide you want to put one back or not. That fence is not safe. It needs to go.
I'd
Right.
like to, Dennis, if you need a motion, I'd like to make a motion to not put one up.
Well, that's up to you guys. We have funds set aside for it, but I put this on here for discussion, so.
It was brought up to me, whether there's any sort of state laws that require you to have a fence of some sort around a cemetery. Does anyone know?
No. There's no requirement to have a
No.
fence.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't know, do we need to make a motion for that decision? I don't think that's something you need to decide on. Kim has a comment or a question.
I just was curious when we raised, I think we raised like, I don't know, $45,000 or some a big number to replace that fence. Was that from capital improvements, or was that raised from tax?
From the cemetery fund.
It was from
That's from the cemetery fund.
Okay.
It was from the
So that will
cemetery fund.
stay.
It's in this year's budget, so the money is there now. It's been
Right.
carried over because of the issue with the HPC prior to this. So we got carried over into this budget. So it is still there. It's 35,000.
And then if
Right,
we
but
don't
if-
spend it, does it go back into the cemetery fund?
Correct.
Sounds good.
Okay. Does anyone feel the need to make a motion?
Oh, man, I did.
Well, I
Well-
guess my question is, and I don't know that this is our decision, but are we putting any kind of sign, or there was mention of an arch, or at least some sort of something?
So are we replacing the fence? Is that what you want to do?
I don't feel the need for a fence there. I think it makes a lot of work for the public works people to mow around it and caretake it. 20 years from now, we're gonna be tearing it down and putting in another new fence. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of maintenance, it's a lot of money.
Yeah, I agree.
And-
I'm just asking, are we really putting up nothing though? Not even a sign to say what year it's from, or I don't know.
Oh,
Like I
the
said-
town can certainly, we don't need to make a motion to not put up a fence. If we just don't vote to put up a fence, it doesn't happen. But the board can certainly look at the property there and see if there is something else. I know the people who are involved with Friends of Wiscasset are interested in maybe having an arch put in somewhere that would intimate a walkway into the cemetery. I think a nice sign, maybe period looking, that designates it as the ancient cemetery and has the earliest dates on there would be nice.
I think that's a good
So-
idea.
Yeah, I think that's a lovely idea, and we could do something like that. And it would take a motion of the board to put up a signage there, but you don't have to vote to not do something. Yes, Dennis?
So Peter Wells had approached me a couple of weeks ago. He brought in some designs that he had done, assuming that there was going to be a fence there that had a stone, that had some archways, but had a stone walkway that went in, maybe some stone pillars or something. I don't know if that's something he would still want to do without a fence, or could redesign it otherwise without the fence. But
My understanding from the little piece of that I heard at one point was that they were talking about stone pillars and then having chain ballards between them, similar to something like down on the downtown area. And that to me is still a fence.
yeah, and he had different fencing ideas that
Okay,
could go as, the PVC fence or the composite fence or even a metal fence, which I don't think in our environment would be the best way to go. But if you don't want a fence, we'll just take down what's there, and we can make plans throughout the spring as to what we want to do once the ground thaws and what you want to see there.
right. Yeah,
Okay.
we can always reassess it later after we see what it looks like without the fence. Maybe without the fence there, we change our mind and think it needs something. We don't know.
think
So-
that-
What's that, Kim?
I think that sounds good. Just take it down and then wait and see what it even looks like without a fence.
Yep, okay. I think we've settled that then, so we can move on to item number 10, which is Dennis again, a town manager's report.
I assume you've all read it.
Yep.
So, we did get conditional approval for the grant to help out with the Old Ferry Road. I just haven't heard back from the state as to what that contract's going to look like. What I suspect is going to look like is that they're going to want us to commit to the balance of the funds to complete this project. They don't want to give us the money if we're not going to have the rest of the money to do it. I don't sure if they'll be willing to wait until the June town meeting, or we may have to have a special town meeting beforehand to do that. But I'll have more information for you as soon as I can get it.
Okay,
Dennis,
you
is-
also in your report, Dennis, you mentioned there's a possibility of giving that to the state, and then they would be responsible for the future of it.
Yep. And so one of the things that came out of this grant was the state contacted Wright Pierce and asked them if it was our intention that the state take that over. And as I said in my report, I had no idea that was even a possibility, because this is a town road and not a state road. But it does have to be brought up to DOT specs, which means a little more engineering. And I'm not sure I need to do a cost benefit analysis on this and see if it's worth it. The initial amount that I got from Wright Pierce for the additional engineering, I was not happy with at all. And matter of fact, I've been on the phone with them several times in the last few days, trying to get them to sharpen up their pencil here a little bit, which I think they will do. But I don't think there's going to be any extra construction cost on this. So I guess it comes down to, what kind of maintenance is it going to be on this once it's completed? It's not really going to be a whole lot of maintenance to start with, but if we turn it over to the state, we never have to worry about it again. 50 years when it needs to be replaced, it's going to cost us roughly $630,000 to replace it now. 50 years from now, it's probably going to cost, close to $2 million to replace it.
Yeah.
And if the state takes it, they're responsible for everything: signs, railings, cleanings, maintenance, the whole 9 yards. We have nothing.
I think the state can afford it better than we can.
So I think the state can, but like I said, I want to see some of those upfront costs first to make sure that we're not making a mistake. But I think in the end, that's likely the recommendation that I will make. But
Great.
hopefully
Great,
hopefully by the next meeting, I'll have more information on both of these things for you.
Okay, good. We are up to number 11, other board business. I'm seeing nothing listed there, but was there anything else from the board?
I have one thing.
You do have, okay.
Yep. I had a phone call over the weekend. Well, I guess it came in on Friday from the folks that do the fireworks for us for 4th of July. Wondering what we thought we might do with fireworks this year. Whether we were going to move ahead with it or not. I know.
It should.
Who knows what's going to happen with this pandemic? It certainly looks like we're headed in the right direction, but every newscast, they're like, well, things are leveling off. We have these new variants coming in. We're not getting vaccines out fast enough. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Fireworks outside, social distancing, a lot of room. They can be viewed from many different vantage points, unlike some of the things that we do that, consolidate everybody together.
Dennis, is the money there?
Yes, we didn't spend it last year, and so it's still here. Yes.
I'd like to go ahead with it.
Yeah, I guess, and today the president announced that he thinks we'll have enough for every adult by the end of May. So even if that's off, that's pretty hopeful. It looks good.
People also have a choice of whether they want to go or not go and stay home or go to a different place to look, whatever. I think we ought to think positively and say, yes, let's do it.
I'd love to have the fireworks.
I think everybody will.
I guess I guess I feel the same way. I think if there's enough people out there that have been vaccinated, and they're certainly saying they will be, and anyone who's not comfortable can stay home.
That's right.
If you feel you're still at high risk, or you still feel nervous about being out around the public and you're not sure you can social distance yourself, then just don't go.
Use common sense.
Yeah. So did you need a vote with that, or are you okay with it?
No, I'm good. Just
Okay.
give them a call tomorrow and tell them it's a go.
Get us on their schedule. Perfect.
On the schedule. Let's get back to normalcy here.
Yay.
That brings us to number 12, and I am open for a motion.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Oh, second.
So it's been moved and seconded by Jeff and Kathy that we adjourn. Calling for a vote from Kim,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
and Pam votes yes. Motion carries 5-0 at 6:36 p.m. And we're going to be going into a budget workshop. So are we going to a different link for that, Dennis?
Oh, we'll stay right here.
All righty, so put away all your selectmen meeting stuff and bring out your revenue and capital expense papers.
And just give me 2 seconds. I'm going to turn off the YouTube video.